All I know is that my livelihood is based on this, right? So
yeah,
I want to feel like it's gonna last and it's gonna stay forever, and I'm gonna be able to not have like a normal job and make money through brand deals and shit like that. Like I want that to be my life forever, right? I don't want to go back to being a server or a waiter or anything, but
yeah,
you know, the reality is like, just like Vine, shit kind of dies out, you know? So
today on the Kenzy cast, it's very exciting. We've got a special guest. He's a cool guy. I've been seeing him in the scene, doing stand-up, having fun. He's big on TikTok, which, a lot of controversy there. It is February 2025. But hey, today we've got Rich White in the studio. Shout out Very Rich Comedy on TikTok. If you're seeing this, Very Rich Comedy. Rich White, welcome.
Thank you so much. This is really fun.
Hey,
I've never really been on a podcast too much, so this is like the first time I'm actually in like a legitimate like podcast situation.
Ooh, dude, yeah, it's like a universe that goes out into the universe. It's crazy, so it's exciting. But hey, it's the new year. We're just hitting February today. How's the new year going, man?
I don't know, man. I mean, January felt like it was 10 years, right?
Dude.
With the fires and fucking Trump getting inaugurated and shit like that, like it was insane. It was nuts. I mean, dude, don't get me started on Trump, bro. I can't stand that guy at all.
Oh, really?
What? Yeah. No, you saying, oh, really? Like, we're not. Oh, dude, he's crazy. Well, no, it was more just like.
Yeah, talk about it.
Well, no, because you were talking about TikTok and shit like that, right? And like.
Yeah, because so TikTok, there's bans. It all started. Yeah. It's been a stressful month because of that, right? That's been a huge thing because your main job is making content for TikTok on TikTok.
You think I would have had like a contingency plan at some point? You think I would have been like, hey, maybe I should get another job other than relying solely on this app, which has been saying it's going to get banned for like fucking 5 years now.
Right.
It's insane. So no, I didn't have anything. So like, yeah, all my money was tied up in that, in brand deals and shit like that. So when it got banned for what, like 7 hours? For that 7 hours, I thought I was going to kill myself. No, I was like...
No, I mean, I could imagine, because you're all in.
Yeah, I'm all in.
You're all in on this app.
100%.
Producing content, and it's funny stuff. For people, if you haven't seen it, it's funny. It's this beautiful mug.
The glazing is
and then
crazy.
It's just a back and forth of Rich's face, but then he has these crazy debates with himself, and it's cool. It's like psychological warfare.
Yeah, it's like a psychoanalyst into someone who has schizophrenia. I feel like that's I feel like I think I'm actually talking to someone else, but it's really just me at the end of the day.
But then when you watch it does feel like you're having this argument, and it's like it seems like a good way to get down to the bottom of stuff and like how you think.
I mean,
is it like an exercise like that too for yourself? So, because you're writing these out, right?
Yeah. Well, no, not really. I just kind of improv it. So basically, like, the way my mind works is.
I thought it was written for sure, dude.
No, it's all like. Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, like I think about what I'm gonna say, but I don't ever actually write out a bit. Like I come up with an idea. Like for instance, the one that just came out, because like fucking Trump, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know why he has to put his stamp on everything, but like when TikTok got banned for
kind of his thing, right?
Yeah, it is his thing to fucking do that. Anything it is, whether it's his fucking gold shoes or his cryptocurrency.
The towers.
Yeah. Wait, the Twin Towers or the Trump Towers?
Not the Twin Towers.
We got to specify on which towers here.
Those went down.
Tragedy.
Yeah. That was I really liked that.
You like the fact that the
second
Lord
of the Rings.
Down?
No, it's the second Lord of the Rings. When those towers, the second Lord of the Rings. I'm talking about those towers. What towers are you talking about going down? Because I was initially referencing Trump Tower.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about
you
Trump.
You said the towers. You have to specify.
Name.
You have to specify the towers.
But if we were specifically talking about Trump putting his name on things and. towers.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. I mean, he could have put his name on 9/11. He could have said,
"Oh, that's what you were." No.
Yeah, what did you think? When I
No,
said the Twin
knew.
Towers, you thinking of another set of Twin Towers?
How many does Trump have?
I don't
got
know.
the one
He's
in
building
Vegas.
one. Isn't he building one
He's
in
got New York?
He's building one in like Sweden, right, or something like that.
Ah, Sweden.
Or so-
How would you say Trump in Swedish? Anyways,
no, sorry.
Do you think they're gonna switch it to Trump talk? You think he's gonna put his name on that shit?
I mean, listen, the CEO, the meat riding was crazy. The meat riding was insane. You saw that message that it was like, oh man, TikTok is banned in the US, but thankfully Trump is gonna get us out of this. Trump is gonna please Trump, please save us from the fucking powers that be.
Yeah, there's this wishy-washy back and forth because he initiated it back in 20. Like, hey, this is a danger to the American population.
Yeah. No, people forget that for some reason. People forget that dude was like, hey, I hate this app. We should ban it, which set into motion the trying to ban it. And then now, cut to 2025, he's like, guys, I think I got a crazy idea. We should save TikTok. And it's like, buddy, you started the fire, dude.
Yeah. And now he's trying to put it out.
Yeah.
Well, there's like a 75-day
75-day, some
window.
bullshit. But they're not going to sell. ByteDance isn't going to sell. So
you don't think?
No, fuck. Dude, they were never going to sell in the beginning. They're not going to sell now. Listen, all I know.
Yeah, what do you know?
Well, I don't know shit, honestly. I'm not Nostradamus. But all I know is that my livelihood is based on this, right? So
yeah,
I want to feel like it's going to last and it's going to stay forever. And I'm going to be able to not have like a normal job and make money through brand deals and shit like that. Like I want that to be my life forever, right? Okay. I don't want to go back to being a server or a waiter or anything. But, you know, the reality is like, just like Vine, shit kind of dies out, you know? So...
Yeah, the world just keeps on.
And it just keeps on going, right? Something new will come out, but like it is right now my sole income. So I'm just thankful it's quote unquote back because you can't download it if you deleted it and you can't update it. So I'm just glad I didn't delete it.
Yeah, that's so because you can't re-download it. There's this like gray area now.
Yeah, it literally says it's banned in the US.
Yeah, so in a sense, you know, fires have been going on a lot here in Los Angeles, but also it feels like with TikTok and kind of career path forward that the fires are kind of closing in on this.
We're using the metaphor, the fire metaphor.
You know, it's not just burning in the Palisades. It's burning in on this section of the entertainment industry. So now that, you know, the SWAT team's at the door, shit's going down. Yeah. Are you creating some contingency plans? Like
no. No. I love how I'm sitting here talking about how like, man, I should have had a contingency plan. No, not yet.
Even
I'm still
gray area. 75 days. Tick tock, tick tock.
Listen, I can sit here all day and talk about contingency plans. I got none, man. I'm still hoping these brand deals go through. I'm talking to dude. I have an influencer manager. How fucking weird is that? Like they have, you know how they have acting managers and agents and stuff? They now have influencer managers that manage influencers.
CAA?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think they're managing influencers, but they might be.
I think they do.
Dude, it's a whole new, it's just a new playing field, you know? Like, but it's kind of crazy because they get 20%.
20%? Yeah. Your manager gets 20%.
Yeah, it's...
What are they doing for that?
Well, honestly, my manager is sick. She does. So for instance, right, like when I used to get brand deals, they would have to reach out to me. I couldn't really reach out to these brands. Yeah. So my manager has connections and will get me far more brand deals and far more money. Yes, gets a 20% cut, but I do get way more deals, which means more money coming in.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I hope it changes to 10% though, because like there's no, dude, think about it, right? Influencer managing is new, so there's no guardrails. There's nothing in place to like stop them from like taking that much money, you know?
Right. That's facts, man.
But regardless, if my manager, if she just keeps getting me the amount of deals that she's getting me, I don't give a damn. I'll pay that 20% any day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, as long as she's helping you make more money and you feel like it's fair that you're giving her that portion, then
it is
100%.
Listen,
Right on.
it's nice. So that's, again, so no
Yeah.
contingency plan. I'm just going to hopefully keep riding this out. Like, I mean, Instagram, I'm kind of building up something, you know, because that's never going to go anywhere. And YouTube Shorts, I can't crack that algorithm for my life.
Dude. Yeah, dude. I'm so not technical in any sense. Thankfully, you know, shout out Jason.
Yeah, Jason,
This
thank you,
dude
because I couldn't
knows how
imagine what this would have been like if he wasn't here.
Oh, I'd be iPhone with a little, you know, I got these tiny little speakers
Yeah,
that
the
I
little
could do,
mics.
you know, just a little mic, you know, just, hey guys.
Like, you got the whole Between Two Ferns thing going on right now.
Yeah, I got plants. Yeah, shout out Between Two Ferns.
Yeah.
Man.
Shout out stealing ideas from people. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No,
Stealing
dude, it's an
formats.
homage, dude. It's a homage to the greats, to the legends that came before us. They have plants. I want plants too.
I mean, plants look great too, and these are nice.
Thank you.
Are they real?
They are real. That's
Good.
a real plant. This is a real plant. We were just talking about before this, switching it out with some fake ones, though. I want to keep that real one.
Wait, why would you switch it out to fake ones, though?
I'm thinking switching this one to fake because some days it's like nice and green and lush, but then some days it's like saggy and sad. And what if it's saggy and sad on a film day? I don't want a saggy, sad plant. Then people are going to make fun of me for my plant quality.
Can you imagine that's the one thing they make fun of, not the fact that you're wearing a suit jacket right now? A freaking blazer.
Hey, how dare
that's
you?
That's gonna make fun of.
How dare you? I got this from Macy's a long time ago.
What, back in high school when you were going to prom? Like,
No, I got this for work. Cuz some people have real jobs.
hey, listen, I have a real job. That job just so happens to be making content.
How many hours a day would you say you're putting into making content? Doing these back and forth face shots.
You mean how many hour am I taking? Like, how many? Dude, it takes me like it takes me like 30 minutes to film. That's it.
You're doing 30 minutes.
That's
for
it.
One. And what's the average time of each of these clips?
Like what? The back and forth?
Yeah.
Dude, like, no, that's like 30 minutes
like,
in total. So let's just say like it takes sometimes 10 to 15 minutes to do one side and then the other side, and then that's it. And then I edit it and I post it. Like there's no like man behind the curtain type shit here. It's just it's
Jason.
me. There's no Jason. Yeah, there's no Jason. He's getting a lot of shout outs today, huh?
Yeah.
No, but honestly, like I wish I could say that
So just I
do hours of content and stuff like that, but I just don't. Maybe I should, like, if I'm considered like a content creator, I should probably like,
because you got like 1 million followers on TikTok.
Yeah. And
which
so
is crazy, man. That's 7 digits.
Which is great. And like I said, it helps bring in like brand deals and stuff. But I would say that I should be maybe a little bit more hardcore in filming. But honestly, like I'll wake, like this is my routine. I will get up in the morning. I go, I'm going to film this today. I get out of bed. I have 2 different shirts, film back and forth, and then boom, I'm done. And I edit and I post. And that's it. Yeah. That's my day.
Yeah.
And then I play video games for fucking 12 hours.
You step outside, someone's playing that I'm Blue Dabu Dee Dabu Da song, and you're like, wait, I've got it. I'm blue. Are you blue? Yeah, I'm blue. Are you blue? And then boom, 30 minutes later, you've got content.
That's not far off from what I do.
And it's getting tens to hundreds of thousands to millions of hits.
Yes.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool, but like what I was telling Cam on his show, his other one, I was saying that like...
Oh, yeah, shout out Cameron Baldwin, making it. Good guy.
Good guy. Great guy.
Great guy.
He really dug into me. He really like you like at one point I'm like, is this a TED Talk? It felt like a TED Talk. Like I was trying to give like the youth something to hold on to, you know?
Right.
But no, I talked about how like it's so weird. I never thought I'd be that guy that like when he gets like a little bit of like popularity, it would affect him in any way.
Yeah.
But what I was telling him is that, dude, it made me depressed as hell.
Oh.
Like crazy.
Making content?
Okay. When you say it like that, I get when you say it like that, you're like, where's the noose, dude? Like, let's fucking... No, but it's about the views, right? So originally when I was doing it, when I got like 10,000 views, I thought, holy shit, I've never gotten that in my entire life. it's such a high, it's such a great feeling. And when I was making content, I was doing it just because it was 2020. It was the pandemic. There was nothing going on. I had nothing going on. So I thought, you know, I might as well just do something.
Yeah,
and
the
so
world
I was,
shut down.
Yeah.
Like, let's do some stuff.
So I was doing it for fun. And then when I started growing and getting more followers, that's when like the views, I started getting tons of views. And then it got to the point where views started to become the only thing I cared about. The content I still made, but it was about if the video did well or not, to where my wife could tell my mood based off if a video did well or not. When I came out of that room from filming, she could tell by my attitude whether or not that video did well. That's fucked.
So it has a serious effect on you.
I think it does.
If the video gets more views or less views, like that hits you.
Yeah, I mean, think about it, right? It's validation at the end of the day. And so when you see those likes and you see those views, you feel like that is your self-worth. And so when you don't get those views, your self-worth, you feel like you're a piece of shit and you're a hack. You know what I'm saying? That classic ego trip thing that you get. So
Totally.
Although
And that's common. I've heard that's a common thing amongst influencers when something doesn't pop off. You know, they get sad and they're like, oh man, maybe I should change myself. So there's like a seeking validation portion of it all, right? And that's what we're doing.
How
here
narcissistic
on the
is that? How narcissistic is that?
How narcissistic? I started a podcast and named it after myself. How narcissistic is that?
I mean, true. Yeah. But come on, like how narcissistic be like, bro, if I don't get a ton of views, that's my self-worth? Like, dude, no way. I think there is... Sorry.
I want that makes me want to like ask, what other ways, like where else are you getting validation of your self-worth other than TikTok likes and views?
That's the problem, right? Like I don't like, other than like, again, my wife who like, you know, loves me unconditionally and like tells me like I'm great and stuff like that. Like that's fantastic. Amazing. But I feel like whenever you're in a relationship with someone, you don't believe the other person.
Ooh, trust issues.
No, not trust. I don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying, right? Like when someone says something, you go, yeah, I get that. But then if someone else says, you go, I like what that person said.
Yeah.
Right? Like if someone, like my wife would be like, you know, you need to be on TikTok less. I'm like, yeah. And then my friend's like, you should be on TikTok less. I'm like, yeah, you're right. That's so smart. I don't know how you came up with that. And then I tell my wife and she's like, I literally said that the other day and you told me to shut up. And I was like, I didn't.
You need like, you need a few outside things to like confirm the opinion. And then you're like, okay, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. Let's move forward with this.
So,
and
I think the need for validation is something that I'm working on in just in life in general. I just feel like that's in all mediums, whether I'm making music or whether I'm doing stand-up. I feel like that need for, it's so weird to do stand-up and be like, I need validation when that is what stand-up is.
In a way, because you're saying things to elicit laughter.
And if you don't get those laughs.
And if they don't laugh, you feel bad. Feel really bad. And then, or mad even. Sometimes if I'm telling a joke to try to make people laugh and they don't laugh, I'll get angry.
Have you gotten mad on stage?
Yeah.
Do you show it? I guess I've never seen it. So you like...
Yeah, I'll get pretty angry sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
I just shut down. I don't like, I can just see you getting like red in the face. You have like cartoon steam coming out of your ears. You're like, what's up with this guy?
You guys don't get this? This is a fantastic, what are you, an idiot? Like, listen.
See, there's the narcissism.
Don't get it?
There's the narcissism.
This is your problem. This joke, genius. You don't know shit about humor if you are not laughing at this.
There's the narcissism though, right? Like I said, I've always said every stand-up comedian has to be somewhat narcissistic because you're getting up there, right? Telling your jokes, going, I'm the funniest fucking person in the world. You better laugh at this shit. At least that's how I see it, right? Because think about it, right? You get up on stage and you're trying to make a bunch of people, random people that you don't know, who all have different subjective views on what is funny, and you're trying to make them laugh. What sadistic shit is it? If you explain that to a pilgrim in the 1700s, they would probably die.
Yeah.
Just from hearing that. They'd be like, why would you succumb to that type of pain? It's like masochism.
In a weird way. Yeah. And pilgrims, I mean, they were dying anyway, right?
They were dying, dude. They were dying at like
Yeah.
the age of 20.
They were
That was old
cold.
age for
They
them.
were freezing to death, you know.
They had nothing. They didn't have plumbing. They didn't have shit, dude.
As soon as they blew their food load on Thanksgiving Day, and then they starved by February. You know?
Well,
I don't know. Is that real history?
I don't think that is factual at all. Like anything you just said. We should have an asterisk that says anything Kenzy says historically is not true.
It's questionable. It's questionable. That's for sure. Anyways, let's hop into a segment, huh?
Yeah, let's do a segment.
All right. So this is News for Dudes. AKA nudes. Where there are no nudes, sorry, dudes.
Damn it.
Yeah, big story this week. There was an airplane helicopter crash over the Potomac River. Trump says the reason for the crash is DEI policies. DEI. More like DIE, because people are DIEing due to these policies. Am I right? Anyways, other news. Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips have been feuding over who's the biggest whore on earth. You see this shit?
Yeah, no, I did see it. Yeah, I tried not to get it or like look at it, but I'm always like, damn, I'm kind of like curious. They're like, who can bang more men?
Whoa, dude. Yeah, in a day.
In a day.
Who can
In 24-hour time frame.
Who can fit more dicks in a day?
Yeah.
You know? Are all these guys finishing? I haven't like looked that deep into it. I just know.
Yeah. No, so no, wait, not me being like, yeah, man, dude, they're finishing like crazy, dude. Like I know it personally because I'm one of them. No, I know.
I was number 472,
yeah.
dude.
Dude, I was number 999. I was the last one to get it.
Whoa.
Because she banged like 1,000 dudes, right?
Was it 1,000?
It was 1,000 in 24 hours, which by the way, okay, so I was trying to do like math and calculations on like how many dudes you would have to bang a minute to like reach that. You were doing that same shit, right? Like I was on my
like 6 dudes a minute or some shit.
I was on my phone like I looked like a savant just fucking going through for some bullshit like how many dudes per it's like revolutions per minute.
Cuz what's 60 times 24 like
basically each dude would have to bust in like something. 2 minutes or a minute or something. Like even like, and to be honest, that's pretty normal for a guy. Like, but here's the thing. So the first girl to do it was the 100 guy one. I forget what her name is.
Lily
something
Phillips.
Lily Phillips, right?
Yeah.
So there was a guy documentary filmmaking her, and like they went into the room and there were condoms everywhere, and it smelled like absolute shit. And she said that like it was just one after the other, like literal rotating door. And so I don't know. That type of. Here's the thing. I am all. Here's the thing. As a straight white male.
Yo, what up?
As a straight white male, I'm going to talk about women for a second, as if I know anything. No, but here's the thing. Sex positivity and sex work and stuff like I'm fine. Like I don't care. Like do what you have to do to make money. But I feel like, well, no, listen. Okay, there's an asterisk there. Okay, yes, but when you sleep with like 100 or 1,000 people in like a 24-hour time period, that is a detriment to your body.
Yo,
it could the STDs.
Yeah,
you don't know the lasting side effects, the lasting psychological side effects that there are. Like I said, I can't sit here and say like don't do that. But at the same time, like I do think there is a line. I do think there's a line, and something like that is crossing it. At least in my opinion. Again, I
think it's crossing it 999 times. Yeah, one dude a day. You know, I feel like that's more than enough. I don't know, man.
I've only had sex with 20 people in my life, so
20.
And those two girls had it.
That's like, modest.
I think that's fine. Like to me, that's whatever. Like to me, I was like, hell yeah. I think Chill. But then when you find out that this one girl's sleeping with 1,000 dudes in 24 hours, I'm like, shit, I guess I'm not even close.
And then she was like sad about it, right? She like said,
no, she wasn't
sad about it.
No, it seemed like she was, but no, she was just like, in shock, which by the way,
Makes
anyone
sense.
should clearly be in shock.
Yeah.
Like that's nuts, right? Like that's, I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
But Bonnie Blue, I don't know
Uh-huh.
too much about that, but all I know is that was like the next big thing. Like next it's going to be like 10,000, which there's no
Whoa.
way. I mean, that is,
It's not possible.
well, don't say that. Because if you start
Prove
getting,
me wrong.
okay, well, no, now, okay, so if we're thinking 10,000 dudes, right? Now we got to start, are we doing 3 at a time now? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Pump, pump, come. Pump, pump, come. Pump, pump, come.
I'm talking like DP though, like double penetration, right? So
Well,
now
does
we got
anal
like,
count?
that's the big question.
Yeah.
That's the big question. Does that also count? Because then you get 2 for the price of 1.
I say nay. I think
Why?
if you're going to have sex with 1,000 dudes in a day, that's vaginal sex. If you're doing anal, that's a different category. And that's
So-
a different race to how many dicks you can take in a day.
So now it's
There's
like,
an anal race and a vaginal race. You know,
it's like the tortoise and the
Musk's
hare,
got
dude.
the trying to get to Mars race. What is happening in the world, man? This
No.
is crazy.
Yeah, I try not to, I do try, like, I try not to bother myself with that shit because I feel like it's trivial at the end of the day. Like, whatever.
Absolutely.
Who gives
Yeah.
a shit? If
Yeah.
if this person wants to do whatever they're doing, whatever. Like, what am I going to be like? What am I going to virtue signal? What am I, that classic guy
Right.
that's like, no, you can't do that?
Yeah. It's
No?
like no shame, but also it's kind of disgusting.
It is. I
But-
agree. But
yeah.
again, like, I can't, what am I going to stop? I can't, dude, you can't stop anything from happening.
Yeah, you shouldn't make them feel guilty about it, but it's kind of repulsive behavior.
You shouldn't make them feel guilty, but honestly, they should be ashamed of themselves.
You get it.
Yeah, I do get it.
dude.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, that's some crazy shit, right?
Any other news? Because you said, do you want to talk about the helicopter crash or no? Do you even care about that?
Yeah, man, it was over the Potomac. Kind of sounds like Potato Mac.
The Potomac? Is it the Potomac? I feel like when you were saying that, I was like, is he saying that correctly?
Yeah, look it up, Potomac.
All right. Yeah. So the DEI thing is kind of crazy because like Trump just immediately assumed it was like a bunch of transgender people on the plane.
Yeah.
Dude, literally, he was like, dude, can you imagine this 70 people? They're all transgender. Can you believe that they crashed into that helicopter?
It was like air traffic control, more like air trans control.
Yeah.
Is the problem.
He's like, the air traffic controller, I think, was black. And it's like, where are you coming up with that?
Yeah.
Literally, that's the
That's
first
just-
thing he said. He's like, man, listen, that tragedy was a tragedy, but the biggest tragedy was all those people who claiming they're women, but they're really men. That's what he was saying.
It was a crazy take.
Has it
Crazy
come out yet,
take.
by the way? If it was, I don't understand how you could make something a DEI thing when it was like that's crazy to me. He also blamed the forest fires in LA on us not having that water pump, that secret water pump that apparently we closed off. But when
Yeah.
Trump came, the military, I guess, came in and opened that pump up. We
Right.
said, no, what do you mean? This is
Yeah.
this is our secret water tank that we use.
Yeah, who
that
was
we're-
that for? What was the deal with that special? Yeah, he came to town. He was like, the water's now flowing.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
No.
And then it started to rain. Like, does that pump control the weather?
I thought you were about to say like he controlled the rain. Like he's like, I did a rain dance. I did a rain dance when I was there. Greatest rain dance you've ever seen.
Yeah.
The Indians would have been proud of me. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Native Americans.
Almost caused flooding. I can't.
Almost,
Do that. Yeah.
I asked for rain. I said, God, please give me rain. And they did.
Agua, por favor.
I'm pretty close with God. Pretty close with Jesus. Got him on the phone. Said, this DEI problem, pretty crazy. I've been working on my Trump impression a bit. I don't know if it's any good.
That's fun. I like it.
Is it all right? And please give me validation.
Yeah.
Do you see what I need?
Yeah.
Tell me I'm good.
Like.
Oh, I just came. I just splooged. Every
Uh-huh.
time I get a like, one person comes every day. It's
Here, let
like,
me log into my other profile. I like it with this profile. Same person, but second profile. Like,
you know from Miracle on 34th Street, it's like every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. It's like
Oh.
every time every time Richard gets a like, he comes a little bit more.
just a little
Just a
bit.
tiny bit more.
Yeah.
But I
Interesting.
can't.
Yeah.
I'm just excited for what Trump is going to claim next. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait
Right.
to see like what he's going to like put his stamp of approval on. He's like, yeah, I did this.
Yeah.
He's like, I stopped the war in Ukraine. He's like, no, you didn't, dude.
Is that still going on?
Dude, I don't want to like laugh because like I'm sitting there talking about news. And I'm like, I don't know shit. I think it, dude, I'm actually
Yeah.
almost, Jason, is it still going on? The war in Ukraine?
Yeah, Jason, you know.
Good. I'm glad he knows because like I'm sitting here like an idiot. Like, yeah. No, I think it's done, dude. I think he solved it.
It's like, I think it's chilled out, but I think it's still happening.
Not you using the word chilled out for a war. Dude, it was pretty, dude, the vibes I think are kind of cooling down over there, dude. I think
It's
they're
not
like,
all
they're holding
quiet.
hands and shit. They're,
Yeah.
I think they're singing Kumbaya over there too, dude. Like they're in it, dude.
Yeah, Snoop just did a little weed drop.
Yeah,
and,
he's like, here comes the
we're gonna chill out, guys. You know, yeah,
Snoop
why
Dogg.
are we shooting each other? You know,
Can you imagine? He's like, bro, we just need to spark up a joint instead of sparking up this pipe bomb, you know?
Yo, yep, exactly. Yeah, and then boom, and then Putin comes over, and then what's the president of Ukraine's name again? He used to be a stand-up comic. Apparently, he's still on the register with the Laugh Factory.
Wait, no, you're joking. That's not real.
I think if you check their website,
The
you can.
the prime minister, the leader of Ukraine, was a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, he did this bit, and I met this Ukrainian guy at a mic here in Los Angeles the other week, and apparently he wrote the bit, but the prime minister of Ukraine did a bit with a piano where he played the piano with his cock.
I think, Jason, you pulling that up?
Yeah.
That's it, Zelensky.
Vladimir Zelensky. He was a comedian.
What if he was like,
arguably the most successful comedian of all time?
I was about
Gone
to
on to be president of Ukraine.
yeah.
Yeah.
He said, my biggest joke is this war. He's like, this is just him doing like slapstick comedy, like Buster Keaton shit. He's like, oh wow, wait, is this him?
There he is.
He's goofy, man.
Yeah, he's like a funny guy. And
Yeah, he's like I gotta. Oh hell yeah, is that Russian? I can read that. No, it's Ukrainian. What if it's not Russian? Is Ukrainian a language? Is that?
Yeah,
That's
something like that.
Is it actually? Dude,
Yeah.
dude, this is just. We're gonna see now how stupid I really am. Like
no,
we're
no,
not.
No, no, don't even worry, man. Ukrainian, Russian, they're very similar, and they've
They
gone
are.
back
They're
and
the-
forth, and that's what the whole feud's over. Is like Ukraine was once Russia, and Russia was once Ukraine. I don't know about
Soviet
that latter
Union,
part,
dude.
but yeah.
USSR, baby.
Yeah. But there's been so much back and forth. But yeah, Vladimir Zelensky.
That's it, Zelensky.
Zelensky.
I just need to know,
Zelensky.
like,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for fucking, as, dude, you ever watch Channel 5 News with Andrew Callahan? If not, he's like,
No.
he was obviously interviewing MAGA people at the Trump inauguration. And this
Oh,
one guy
fun.
was like, dude, now that Trump's president, I can't wait for inflation to hit 0. I can't wait
Yeah.
for fucking eggs to be $0. And it's like,
Free
where?
eggs.
The funny thing is the eggs. Like, people are so
Free
concerned
eggs.
about eggs. And to be honest, I don't even
That's-
eat eggs that much.
Not a big egg guy.
I do like it, but like, I'm not like, God damn it, dude. Why are they $7?
Ooh, one of my favorite big questions. Let's jump to that segment.
Yeah. Oh, another segment. Okay.
Yeah, big questions. with
Also,
our
shout out to
guest.
Fiji.
Hey, yeah. Shout out Fiji Water. Sponsor us for the water report update. We don't have any sponsors.
Well, I mean, dude, you've done 4 episodes. You know. All right. Do the segment.
They're coming. They're on the way. All right, so this is the big question segment where I ask some big questions. And we were just talking about diet. You don't eat eggs, but
I do eat eggs. Okay, don't throw this rhetoric around like I don't eat eggs. I'm not anti-eggs, dude. I love eggs. I'm just saying like I don't. That's not my preferred breakfast choice.
what about, do you eat brown eggs or white eggs?
Listen, I'm colorblind when it comes to eggs, so I eat. I don't know why there's even a difference between the two. I think you should just.
I've heard brown eggs are superior.
In what context? Because they're eating. No, I'm just kidding. I do like brown eggs, but white eggs just there's something about them that I feel safe eating white eggs.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel I feel safer eating white eggs as opposed to brown eggs. Not that I don't like brown eggs. I'm just saying that there's there's something about them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shady, you know, like I'm sorry. I need to go on record and say I do love
grass fed.
Yeah,
good,
very very Americana, like the white eggs, right? When you think of brown eggs, you're thinking like fucking, dirt.
Maybe when it comes to eggs, I don't know if that's how it works. What? Yeah, is that like a white chicken versus a brown
black chicken? Wait, a black chicken?
Oh yeah, there are black chickens. Yeah. Shout out black chickens.
Shut up, black chickens. Yeah. No, seriously, I don't want to go record and say I have no bias towards eggs. I'll have brown or white eggs. I'll have yellow eggs. I'll have fucking...
I didn't mean to make this racial.
Yes, you did.
But
you absolutely did. You
that is kind of a segment.
Did.
It's a segment we're kind of working on, which is let's make it racial. Which was supposed to be separate from this. This was supposed to be big questions, but we were
give me the
about
actual
eggs.
big question segment. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Then we'll get into the racism part of the podcast.
Okay. All right. So big questions.
I'm a big KKK guy. I'm just
when it comes to eggs.
Yeah, big.
Jesus. Heck yeah, man. I like that one joke. Fuck, I forget the name of Kyle Kinane. You know Kyle Kinane?
No, but
great stand-up comedian. He's got this joke about the KKK kitchen, and like, because they had to eat. Right?
Yeah,
they're all in white robes and like spilling on the white robes. It's a hilarious bit. Anyways.
Yeah, don't butcher it.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna. Yeah, but it's so funny. So big questions. What? Here, take a breath. All right, take a breath.
Okay,
let's take a beat.
Dude, I'm waiting.
Take a beat. Take a breath.
Okay,
let's go. Tell me, Rich White, have you ever considered moving to Africa, settling down in a nice village, and starting a family?
Which part of Africa are we talking about here?
It could be the Congo. It could be Libya. It could be Nigeria. It could be the Madagascar.
Ooh.
It could be
like the movie.
Yeah. Shout out Chris Rock.
I guess.
Have you ever thought about that?
No, I've never thought about moving to Africa and starting a family. I love how that's the big question.
Just one of them.
It's just one of the big questions.
There's more.
No, I never thought about moving to Africa. Not that I wouldn't move to Africa. Again, love Africa. Just saying that, like, that's not a place I would consider moving.
Yeah, of all the potential life plans and directions that you've considered going, just that.
Yeah.
Settling down in a small village in Africa with a lady, having some kids.
Yeah,
farming,
I'll tell you, my
chickens.
wife would probably be pretty pissed if I did that. Can you imagine? Like, I'm like, hey, this guy Kenzy was like, would you move to Africa? And I said, yeah. And I have a family and I live in a hut.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love how I went to hut immediately. There's probably houses and shit. And I immediately went to, again, third world type shit.
It depends on the part of Africa that you're in.
Yeah.
Because some of the places are like more developed.
I got to go where
fucking most of it,
Elon Musk is from.
South Africa.
South Africa. Yeah. He's like denied his heritage completely.
Really?
Oh yeah. He doesn't even he tries so hard to just not.
Just doesn't even acknowledge the fact that he's from there.
No.
Which is a weird thing, speaking of Elon Musk, because he's from South Africa and he's an immigrant, right? In America. So he's an immigrant.
Yep.
He's got Asperger's. So he's
Say that again?
Asperger's?
Yeah.
Asperger's?
It's autism now, buddy.
Autism?
You can't use that word anymore.
Really?
Yeah. Asperger's, I guess, is completely different.
He's retarded.
Yep.
That's
the correct term. That's the bullet.
Tell me what I can and can't say. But he's a genius entrepreneur who has put a huge dent in the classic car industry. But it seems like the left side of politics hates him dearly. But he checks so many immigrant, autistic, he checks so many boxes that you'd think that they would put him on a pedestal, but he's rich and, As you know, rich people don't like rich people.
True.
You know?
That's why I'm poor. So that helps a lot. You know, like, my name might be Rich White, but thank God I don't have a lot of money because I would have a lot of explaining to do.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a question in what you're saying? Because I can
Yeah, sorry, we were talking about settling
Elon Musk.
down in
Oh,
a
I
nice
didn't.
village in Africa.
But to make a point about Elon Musk real quick,
Mm-hmm.
because he's tried to deny his heritage and stuff like that and his immigration, like, dude, he's all about, like, dude, he's sucking on Trump's cock, right? So, like,
he really went hard.
He went hard, dude. He
direction.
deep-throated the fuck out of that old shriveling dick. But listen,
He went hard.
he's all about the mass deportation, but he's an immigrant, right? So, like, again, he's trying to, like, deny the fact that he's an immigrant, that sort of thing. So, like, yeah, of course we're going to hate him because, like, he should be someone who isn't not even far left, but someone who should have probably a little bit more liberal ideals if he cares about the environment and stuff like that. You know, like he should fall more towards the left, but he's so far right that it's contradicting. I mean, you saw him with the German.
But then some of the stuff he's doing, oh yeah, we can get into that.
Yeah.
But then some of the stuff he's doing, right? Like his Tesla, like it's taking down a lot of the auto industry and forcing them into EV, which there's a big debate there if that's better or not for the environment. Regardless, but either way, it seemed like people were against oil, and EV was historically in the direction of environmentally friendly, you know? And then Tesla also has the solar panels and a bunch of environmentally friendly things, which once again check boxes.
But he's a billionaire, dude. It's simple as that. It's not, at the end of the day, you can care about the environment all you want, but if you're making more money than anyone ever will have in the history of ever, you have to be a villain. You have to be. I've said this right now. If you're a billionaire, you are a villain. You're a villain, dude, because you need to fuck over tons of people to get to where you are. You need to be a shitty human being to get to that level. I truly believe that. I think you can be a millionaire and be fine, but to be a billionaire, you are a literal villain from a movie. Simple as that. That's how I see it, at least.
Right.
Gotta be a piece of shit.
Mark Zuckerberg?
Piece of shit. Dude, piece of shit.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos, piece of shit. They're all, dude, name me one billionaire that isn't a scumbag.
You know, I could go on and on with that list of billionaires and how I'm a huge fan of all of them and, you know, think the complete opposite of what you're saying right now, you know, but no, most of them probably do. But at the end of the day, I don't know. If you're a billionaire and you're listening to this, you want to sponsor the show? Cahoots, baby. Ride that great. The name of the game. Pink Floyd even said it. Riding the gravy train. You know, and if you're a billionaire listening to this, I disagree with Rich White. I don't think you're a piece of shit. I think we could do business together.
Don't do the whole presidential shit as you're like, I think we can do this. Like, come on, man.
You know, but yeah, man. I don't know. Yeah, the youth, right? They love to say eat the rich. They might be able to pull that off if they weren't busy eating so much ass. Am I right?
I love eating ass, man.
Kids. You love eating ass?
Bro, that's the best. Anyone who ever denies that is so, like, they're lying. Also, any guy.
Firm stance on that?
Firm stance. Also, any guy, and I'm going to say this right now, any guy that says they don't like a finger up their ass is a fucking liar. Because the male G-spot is in the asshole. That's a fact.
Yeah, you think they're like very deep closeted homosexuals?
No, I just think like people should be able to like, you know, that type of shit. And when you go, no, I would never do that. But once it happens, they change their tune real quick.
Right. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Have you ever had a finger up the ass?
I have.
Hell yeah. Listen, question. Do you or do you not like it?
You know, I kind of liked it.
There it is.
I did. For the pleasure's sake. It was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not saying like just in your day-to life, like, hey, I love a finger up my ass. Like, obviously during sex.
Working, doing my job. Let's slide one up real quick. You know what? Why not another?
Yeah, during sex. Exactly. You know? I would challenge any guy to say that they don't like that. Literally. Jason?
Yeah.
I haven't. No, I'm sorry. Not a threshold willing to cross.
Jason keeps
really?
You cool.
Fuck it. All right.
No,
man.
Take shit's too fat and they hurt your leg. I
Bro, I'm like, dude, when that happens, I'm like, dude, that feels great. Literally, I'm not kidding, dog. I love, dude, taking a massive shit's like nice.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm good.
When it's too big, it's like it's terrible. It's an awful time.
I've been eating a lot of steak lately, and my shits have just been nice, dude. It's been good.
Especially you're not blocked up. I feel like eating that much steak would cause massive problems with your.
It's been good, man. 3-4 steaks a week. Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes are good. I just love
brown eggs.
Brown eggs?
Brown eggs.
Here's the thing. I feel like you're purposely trying to use brown eggs to make yourself feel better. Like, oh, I use brown eggs, so I'm not racist.
No one's saying I'm not racist. Okay. No one ever said that. Okay. We got to stay on track with the big questions. No, we're good. We're good. Okay. Here's a fun one. What's your favorite span of time?
The fuck do you mean? What the hell does that mean, dude?
You know, in your life or just life at large, all history. You could, from your life or all of history, do you have like a favorite span of time or like
yeah, I think my favorite span of time was, I think around like 1941 to 1945, somewhere in Germany. I think around that time, like I think that was like my favorite span of time. I think there was just a lot of like stuff that was going down that I kind of like vibed with. No, I'm just kidding. That's so fucked.
Yeah, man.
The whole, like this guy like Hitler and shit. Like, no, I'm just kidding. No, my favorite span of time.
Go on.
My favorite span of time. My favorite span of time is probably when I was like middle school, high school, and I used to come home or like during the summer and I would just like play video games and stuff with my friends and everything. Like, I don't like, for me, my favorite span of time is just when there wasn't a lot of shit going on and I had really no like insane responsibilities, no bills, no problems really. You're just kind of vibing.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Dude. Yeah.
To me, that is what I consider like peak time.
Yeah. Yeah. That was, being a kid was a good time, not having to worry about, well, unless you were like an abused kid.
Well, yeah. I mean, okay. Listen, we're not talking about that. But okay. I had a pretty nice life. So like, let's stick with the niceties of things, right?
Yeah. Right.
We're not going to go.
So what kind of video games were you playing?
Bro, I got really good at Gears of War 2.
Oh, dude.
Very good at that.
Waking Jason up.
Like Gears of War was my jam, but Gears of War 2, I got so good to where I almost became a professional.
Whoa. I liked that song that they introduced for the advertising, that Devachka song. Devachka. How It Will End. You remember that?
I don't think, no. Wait, shit. I probably do know it, but I guess I don't.
It starts with that and you.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Gears of War, that game was sick.
That was my jam. I played that.
Like chainsaw, ARs, like what?
Did you actually play it?
The first one. Yeah.
The first one I played, but the second one is when online really took by storm. And that's when like esports was like MLG gaming. Do you remember that?
League of Gaming.
Before there wasn't streaming, there wasn't anything like that. So like you had to get sponsored to like do tournaments and shit. Yeah. And so I had a clan. Good. I had a literal clan.
Ooh.
The good kind of clan. Okay, I saw Jason smirking over
this
there.
This guy all episode it makes sense.
The good type of clan.
Is that
the one
clan
that
with
wasn't,
a K? Clan with a K?
I mean, my name did have a K in it, but listen, it was not the KKK. It was the I Dreams clan.
Ooh.
And I had, no joke, people change their Xbox names to my clan name because of that's how good and we did tournaments and shit. And right as we were about to get a sponsor, the guy who was second in command, literally second in command, we had like an actual like tier system. He threw a mutiny on me.
Oh.
He said he was better than me and he didn't need me. And so he took half of my people.
Yeah.
And I only had, and then it just, dude, we were
how large, how many people did you
have? I had like 20.
Total? You had 20 people?
Or something like that, like 15 to 20 people like joining and stuff. And then this guy took half of them because and then the rest that stayed, like we played for a little bit, but then, it ended before it even got started. And I almost went pro in that game and that would have been really cool. But that was a failure in my life that I feel like was fun, but at the same time, I'm like, God damn, thought I could have done something at 16 years old,
No, I mean,
or 17.
in my eyes, it seems like a cool victory. Like you went further than most when
No.
it comes to the game, and you had a whole clan.
Yes,
seems
it
like you've
is.
been
Okay, yes,
destined
you're right. You're right.
to
It is
be
a victory. I was a
influential.
leader. It was nice. I was
Yeah.
a leader. It was
Mhm.
you know what? You're right. That was fun.
Yeah.
But that was the game I played the most. I played Halo 3 too, obviously.
Oh yeah, Halo was dope, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, I loved those games, man. I remember one time my mom was working at Microsoft in Arizona as like a receptionist, and one time the whole office had a big Xbox party, and this was Xbox One when it was just the first Xbox.
Do you mean just Xbox?
Yeah, just Xbox. Yeah, just Xbox.
Because you said Xbox One, so I'm reiterating.
Right, Xbox One is a new.
Yeah,
it's like the fifth
Xbox
one, right?
One. Yeah.
Makes no sense, Microsoft. What were you thinking there?
Nah, they're stupid.
That is dumb. Didn't think about
But
that.
I love you guys because I play it all the time. But anyway, continue.
But yeah, the office had this big Xbox party where everybody came in with their Xbox. There was like 100 TVs, and we all played Halo 1
Holy
in
shit.
this big office. And I was like 10 at the
Yeah.
time, but I was like really good
That's
at
fu-
Halo. And
that's-
everyone else in the room was like, they felt old, but they were probably like 15 to 22 in reality.
Mhm.
Maybe some older 30-ish guys, playing
Just
video games, fucking losers.
Real
But
virgins, dude. Like
yeah,
actually,
right.
just a whole list of virgins.
Throwback. Yeah, this was like 04, 05. Yeah. And yeah, my gamer tag. I loved the movie Dude, Where's My Car?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like not Smokey McPot, but like Chief Smoke a Lot or something.
Weren't you 10?
And yeah,
Bro, what
yeah.
are you doing? You're like,
yeah.
dude, were you
Yeah.
10? Like, I was
Uh-huh.
5 years old when I had this Smokey McSmoke a lot
Yeah.
fucking name.
And we'd have those big bazookas in Halo 1, right? That
Mhm.
would like the rocket launchers. And I was murking people. I was dominating. I was always like top 3, top 5 in
Yeah,
this room
yeah.
of like 50, 80 guys. And everyone would always be like, who the hell is Chief Smoke a Lot? You're like, what, nice kill. And I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, but you'd have the highest pitched
Yeah.
voice ever. This is like, dude, you were ahead of the curve, dude. You were like 10-year-olds now are incredible at gaming. You were ahead of the curve. At 10, you were smoking 30-year-old dudes, dude.
I was good. I was a good little Halo player. That was my nerd phase, man. I was playing a lot of World of Warcraft at that time too.
I never got into that, but I know a lot of people love that.
It's a great game. It's a great game. Addicting. I quit football because of it. I only lasted one season of
Okay.
football. But anyway.
It's like
Yeah.
I fucking gave
It
up
was
my
a half-
entire life as potential draft pick.
Half a season. All right, man. Well, let's but yeah. So favorite span of time, middle school, a little bit of high school, right on. Yeah, less responsibilities. It was nice. Me personally, I like the now. But yeah, good for you. Stuck in the past. Good for you. All right.
Fuck
So-
you, man. There's no way. That's bullshit, dude.
We're just having fun, dude. Okay. So we're coming up on closing time.
Really?
Yeah.
That was quick, man.
It
I feel like I
moves
could.
fast.
I feel like I could keep on talking too.
we could go on for hours and hours,
Mhm.
dude. Like when I first started, and I was like, "How does Joe Rogan do 3 hours?" I like thought that was so impressive, but then when I like start, and I'm like, "Wait, yeah, you just go on and on."
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it's not. Just get a little coffee in ya, If we had some cigars, that'd be nice, right?
Ugh.
You don't do that?
Dude, I've tried smoking cigars and I just get sick because they're so fat, dude. And like, it's like, and you're sitting there and you're like not even a quarter of the way, and you're like, dude, I'm not feeling good. You're like, when is this gonna end?
Oh,
like,
right.
dude, cigars are not my jam.
You know what kind of cigars? Do you know what kind you've like smoked before? Because
Nothing
some of them
good.
Oh, okay.
I don't like, dude. Again, I'm not a cigar. What is a cigar aficionado?
Connoisseur
Aficionado.
expert, savant. I like that word, savant. But anyway, okay, yeah, man, I feel that. My daddy started getting me into them and puffing some good Nicaraguan ones, and those, man, some San Cristobals.
Did your dad? When you said your dad got you into them, were you like 10? Were you? Because you're talking about 10 with the
Nah.
Smokey McSmoke a lot or whatever like that. So your dad was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
let me put some hair in your chest." You're like, "Dad, I'm 10." You're like, "Shut up.
Yeah.
Smoke this.
hadn't
Smoke
even-
this cigar."
I didn't even know what it meant, man, because I wasn't smoking weed yet at that point. You know, I remember
There's
the
probably a
first
ton of
time-
trauma that you don't even know yet. Your dad's like, "Bro, you made me smoke cigars."
No, I think the first time I had a cigar, well, I think I smoked a blunt before I smoked a cigar, because I like emptied out the Swisher Sweet,
Mm-hmm.
and then I put the weed in it, and then
That's the classic.
yeah, the purple, the grape, Swisher.
Swisher Sweet, man.
I was always good at rolling blunts, but I didn't want to smoke the actual Swisher for some reason. Like I had this like ick to tobacco when I was in.
But
my,
you like just rolling
teens.
it. You were like, "I'm a good roller, but you can smoke it because like I don't like that shit."
Yeah. But then I think around 20, I had my first cigar.
Okay.
Yeah, I was.
That's a
down
good
in-
age. That's a good age to really start that like nicotine addiction, you know?
Yeah.
I think 20 is like
It's
the
good.
ripe age. If it's like, you're not can't drink alcohol yet, but you can get addicted to nicotine.
Yeah, no booze, but check out this.
Mm-hmm.
This will fuck up your lungs. Yeah. But what are we jumping to? Yeah, because time.
Time, yeah.
Yeah, TikTok. So
I'm so sick of that TikTok fun, bro. I'm not. Get to
I
your
bet that-
point.
Let's okay. So so Rich White,
Hmm.
people love stories.
Okay.
Could you tell us a story?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys know this, but I didn't lose my virginity until I was 21.
21.
Yeah. By the way, that wasn't for a lack of trying or anything. Like I genuinely tried to lose my virginity, but I feel like in college, like you think like, oh, this is the perfect opportunity. But dude, I feel like the universe was trying to just like, I feel like the universe saw the 40-year-old virgin and said, we're going to make it that for him. Trying so hard to prevent me from actually having sex.
Yeah. Like what was happening? Why?
So, okay, so
Why
I do
couldn't you
believe,
do it
like,
when
I
you
don't
were
know if it
trying?
was some divine intervention or some shit like that, but like, there were moments where like throughout college, like I hooked up with girls and like I did everything under the sun except for sex. There would be moments where I was going to have sex with this girl and then I told her I was a virgin and then she didn't want to have sex with me. So, because she didn't want to take my virginity, I'm like, yeah, but that's okay. Like, I don't care. Like, please take it.
Yeah.
Please take it. I want it gone.
You were like, this is my first time.
Yeah.
And they were like,
and she, yeah, that's so stuff like that, like chances I
Yeah.
had. So when I knew it was definitely something greater than just my own faults is I was at a party. This is sophomore year of college, right?
party,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, big party.
Beers.
So we go to this party and it's me and my friends. My friend, I'm not going to say their names just for anonymity.
Joni,
Not whatever it is. Fuck, whatever. My two friends, we went.
Jacob.
And ended up meeting this girl there. And we were both wasted and we just started like making out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's go. Like, this is exactly what I signed up for when I got to college, to have stupid, just making out sloppily and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And the guy,
forget education.
yeah, for that. Yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
education. It's all about hooking up, right?
Yeah.
No. So, I was hooking up with this girl and we were real drunk. So we were just making out like everywhere where people didn't want us making out. Like the guy who owned the place was really pissed off at us because we were just like all in the corners, different places, just making out, just not caring about like anyone else around us. So
Yeah, you're drunk at
yeah,
a party,
fucking drunk,
making out.
Yeah. So we went to the
People like, check them out. That's hot.
So we went to we went to the guy's bathroom and we were just like messing around and I couldn't get hard.
It was a dude's bathroom.
Yeah, it was the guy who owned it or whatever. Or it might even, I don't know, whatever. So the point.
Paint the picture a little bit.
So like.
Dirty, clean. Was he a well-kept guy? He's a college guy, so
yeah,
I assume
so just,
it was awful.
just assume like a nightmare of a bathroom where.
Hair clippings.
Yeah, just, it's.
Stains on the toilet.
The thing was I was hammered, dude, so I don't really remember.
You don't realize that stuff.
No, you don't dude, why, when there's
It's
a girl that you're making out with, you don't give a shit about anything that's going on around you. You're like, I'm only focused on this situation right now because this is awesome. Everything else sucks. This is awesome.
Absolutely.
So we're in the bathroom and like she's on top of me and I'm like, I couldn't get hard.
You're on the ground in the bathroom?
No, just on a chair. There's like a chair in there. There's a chair. There's just
Chair
a
in the
chair.
bathroom.
There's a cuck chair in the bathroom for some reason. I don't know.
Fantastic.
So I was on a chair and I realized I couldn't get hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And someone knocked on the door and like we left. And then I was sitting in the bathroom and I was crying because I couldn't get hard and I thought I was gay.
Oh.
I shit you not.
Yeah.
I thought because I couldn't get hard that I was gay. I was like, dude, so my friends, they come into the bathroom and like, why are you crying? And I'm like, guys, you don't understand. I think I'm gay. And they're like, why? I'm like, because this girl was on top of me and she's so hot and I couldn't get hard. And they were like, dude, you're fucking hammered. And I'm like, what does that mean? They're like, bro, you have whiskey dick, you moron.
Yeah.
They're like, you're hammered, dude. Of course you're not feeling your shit. And I'm like, wait, so I'm not gay? And they're like, well, I don't know that. But they're like, I'm pretty sure you're not gay. And I went, yeah, you're right. I am. It was just, I can't feel my shit. I can't feel my dick. That's the only reason. And like
alcohol poisoning.
And they were, dude. And then they were hyping me up and like, bro, you can fuck this girl. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I can. Yeah, you're right. I was like telling that to my dick.
You like women.
Yeah, I love women.
Vagina's good.
Yeah, I love vagina. I love women. I'm not gay. And then
balls are bad.
Yeah. And then, okay, so now I'm fucking hyped up, right? I'm like, I think I can feel my dick. I still couldn't feel it. I genuinely could not feel it. It was crazy. It's like, I was looking at it at one point when I was pissing and I was like, I see the stream coming out and I'm like, bro, I don't feel anything right now. I'm like, this could be detached. I felt like a detachment.
Yeah, it was just like not even there.
No, like, I was like hitting it and shit. I'm like, bro, I can't. It's
just playing with air. Like, yeah.
It was like it had a like frostbitten and I can't feel this shit anymore.
Or some like Novocaine or like some kind of dentist making you numb.
Yeah, some bullshit.
Like, where's my cheek? But like, where's my dick? It's not. I can't feel it. I can't feel it. Yeah.
So I go back out. I'm fucking fired up. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck so hard, dude. There's no way. Then I see the girl and I'm like, hey, let's go back to the bathroom.
Find a new spot.
No, back to that same bathroom, right?
Oh,
so
Lord.
we so then this is how I know like sex just wasn't in the cards for me or something. Like it was so we get in the bathroom, right? Mm-hmm. She's on top of me naked. Mm-hmm. My dick is this close to being dude, this close. Then the fire alarm goes off.
No.
Yeah.
What?
There was no fire. There was nothing. The fire, right as I was about to, the fucking fire alarm went off.
Dude, that was just Jesus.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there was just forces against me the entire time. I don't know if that was for the best. Like, I could have regretted it. Something bad could have happened. And like the universe was trying to save me from, who knows, maybe an STD, maybe, I don't know, something like that, right? Because I did not have a condom. Because I did not have a condom in that moment.
Yeah, no fire in the party, but there may have been a fire in her pants.
Yeah, or, that sort of thing. So that fire alarm went off and like we had to get changed. We left and then instead of bringing her back to my place, I said, catch you later. And then I ran and fell face first into the ground.
Yeah.
My knees were cut. Yeah, no, like we had to leave the place, right? So I was see you later instead of inviting her back. Cause I was so drunk. I fell, scraped up my knees, my hands. I got back, right? My boys were there and I was dapping up. I'm like, bro, I fucking killed it. Dude, I killed it. And they were like, where is she?
Hot chick tonight.
They're like, where is she?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, well, yeah, I know the fire alarm went off, but you didn't invite her back. And I went, oh, no, I did.
Damn, dude.
So I did finally have sex, but I don't know. I wonder if these issues were because like some force was like, hey, man, like this is not your time.
Yeah.
I know 21's considered like late blooming, but like whatever. Like
depending on the culture, right?
Yeah, depending on the culture. I also think it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, the fire alarm, dude, that fire alarm story is, I tell it all the time because what are the chances?
Right. Right as it was about to.
Right about to happen.
And you were able to get it up.
No.
Oh.
So dude, again, like was
this your very first time trying and almost going all the way?
No.
Oh.
No, so like that was the one where I knew right then and there, I'm like, okay, something is playing against me here.
Yeah.
All the other times have been like, moments just didn't happen or like this one girl wanted to have sex with me, but then like I messaged her too late or something like that. And like that, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And then my friends used to tell me that I couldn't, this one girl in college I wanted to have sex with, but she was considered not that attractive. So my friends really deterred me from that. But even then I was like, why stop me, dude?
Yeah.
If I'm just trying to end this pain,
This lifelong
dry spell, like why not let me?
Yeah.
But it finally happened, and thank God, because yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, it's like hell yeah, I finally lost my virginity, and you know, it's weird, man. I don't know. I feel like I tell that story and people are surprised. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but you know, people are genuinely surprised when I say that.
Right, because you're a handsome guy. Were you handsome in high school?
No, not real. Well, I was annoying as fuck. I was that goofball kid who I was just annoying, dude. People either hated me or liked me, you know?
Were you like giving people random facts about stuff?
No, it wasn't that. I was just annoying. I was just I was a comedian. I've always been, I feel like the funny guy or
class
whatever.
clown.
Yeah, and girls didn't really like that.
Knock, knock.
I think I was just annoying. And when girls did like me, I didn't like them back because I only liked the popular girl.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So there were many girls that probably did like me, but I didn't give them the time of day. That's a classic, though.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. Crazy times back then, man. Crazy times. Were you tall in high school?
Dude,
because you're pretty tall now, right?
I'm
You're
6'1",
like 6 something. Yeah.
6'3", by the way. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, women, I can't believe they have periods. I'm 6'1", by the way. Can you believe that? God, it's so. Oh man. I also own my own house. No, just kidding. No, but I
Motorcycle?
I was like 5'8", 5'7", freshman year, sophomore year of high school, and then like my junior or senior year, my teacher was like, "Did you get taller?" And I didn't even know. Like, I don't think anyone knows when they get taller. Did you know, or like, did you ever witness like your growth spurt or no? Because I don't think throughout my entire life I actually noticed I was getting taller.
No, I hit 5'8" in middle school,
and then just stayed
in high school, and then
yeah.
Similar, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are short. I forgot. No, I'm just kidding.
I was always like real small. I was always a really small kid.
Yeah.
And I was always playing up in sports. So I was with like bigger kids. And then, around high school, I just got to like normal size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normal size.
Yeah.
True. I wouldn't know what that's like because I'm a giant in a land of midgets. No, I'm just kidding.
It's fantastic, man. Yeah. It's gotta be good, right? Gotta be good. Yeah. You can see over stuff at music places.
Yeah. People ask me to
like
get shit from top
and
shelves though, and that annoys me.
It does?
Like old ladies. Like that's actually how, it's not a, like old ladies be like, "Can you please get that for me?" And I'm like, no, I'm just, can you imagine?
That's fucked up.
How much of an asshole?
Here at Kenzy Kaz do not condone disrespecting elders.
For sure, yeah. Definitely don't disrespect elders.
How dare you?
They always tell us that we don't work, even though we do. Well, I don't. But, you know,
you do about 30 minutes a day.
They're right about me, okay? They're right about me when they say, you don't do anything. And it's like, that's true. That's a fact. Yeah. They'll look at you guys and be like, you guys work hard. And then they look at me and go, you don't do anything. And I'm like, you're right, I don't.
Dude, yeah. But you do stuff. You contribute. You make people happy.
I do. I would like to think I do.
Videos are entertaining, and then also, like when you play both sides, it's fun. Like I feel like that's a good thinking, and like maybe people on TikTok who see that might learn a little bit on how to think and think critically,
or to stay away from. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they look at my shit and go, "Oh my God, I don't want to." Thank God I'm not going down that road.
Right.
There's an adverse effect to it. I've had people, I know we're ending soon, but I've had people message me saying that my content really has helped them through hard times. And that's awesome. That's what makes it for me. That's what makes me feel good about what I'm doing.
That seems like a way bigger W than any like.
Yep.
You know,
100%.
Getting that kind of, hey man, appreciate your stuff. That's awesome what you're doing. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, dude.
You ever kiss a baby?
Like on the forehead or like on the
yeah,
like?
Yeah.
What do you, dude? What, bro, I'm sorry. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you kiss a baby?
You ever, when running for office?
I don't think I've ever kissed a baby on the forehead. I don't think I've ever held a baby, dude.
I've never kissed a baby on the forehead either, but I have held a baby. It was a little Latina baby. Yeah.
Was it yours?
Sorry, Latinx baby.
Was it yours? And you just were like, this isn't mine?
No, it was like a girlfriend's aunt's baby.
You didn't have a girl that got pregnant and then you're like, this is not mine. You're
not
like, this is, do you see my complexion? This Who is this?
Yeah, Ernesto, you are not
Yeah.
not
Ernesto,
the father.
yeah.
Yeah. Man, yeah, never kissed. Have you ever like gone to children's hospital and like hung out with little sick kids?
No.
Have
Dude,
you ever done
what?
community service?
Okay, no. Wait.
Because these are the things I'm just. Well, you said like because people like say that nice thing, which
Mm.
is hey, your content actually like this has
Yeah, but I'm a
helped me.
shitty person in
So
real life.
but wait, but
No.
that's like, but like that like makes us feel good receiving
Yeah, yeah.
compliments like that. So I feel like those little acts of service,
I should do
kissing
those
babies on
things. Okay,
foreheads,
well that I mean, let's.
stopping.
When does that become like, hey, let's put this guy in jail? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how many babies should you kiss before it's like, this guy should be on a watch list?
Just stopping ladies with strollers. Is that a baby?
Yeah, at that point we're like, okay, that
Yeah.
man is a pedophile, and
There could be a case. There could be a case,
But
or
you're not doing
he
anything
just
illegal,
really
though.
wants your vote.
What are you running for? Nothing. I'm running from the police currently from kissing babies all day. Apparently, that's a crime.
Yeah.
That's not a crime, though. You can kiss a baby on the forehead. I don't think that's illegal, right? You could. There's
Right.
nothing illegal about that. You could probably get, dude. There's probably micro pedophilia.
Like-
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like would if the mom calls the police if you just randomly kiss their baby and they're like
On the
911,
forehead too. It's not even like
911, this guy in
kiss
a
my baby
suit
on the forehead.
just kissed my baby on the forehead.
And the cop would be like, "We can't."
We'll send the officers out right now, ma'am.
Yeah, it's like I don't like. I think I think you could probably get away with that type of shit. You know, it's like a gray area.
Yeah,
That's like
yeah.
getting a dog fucked up on alcohol or something like that. I don't think that's illegal, but you
Yeah.
could. You could do
I
it.
think giving a dog alcohol might be illegal.
I don't think so, man. I think it's like one of those like.
Hey, Jason, could you pull up if it's legal to give a dog alcohol, and then we'll close this out.
I think that's a great way to end it, personally, because I know, because like no, listen,
Yeah.
how I look at it, right, is like I think it's like, you know what I'm saying, like.
Is it legal to give a dog alcohol? No, it is not legal to give dogs. No,
Bro,
it is
that's
not.
that's what the AI says. The AI doesn't know anything, dude.
Well, it does say.
Can you
that
get dogs
there's
high?
intelligence, artificial intelligence.
Dogs have like eaten weed brownies and shit like that, and they're fine.
Yeah.
They're just chiller. Dude, imagine giving like pit bulls
Oh.
like weed brownies.
State law
Animal
against
cruelty? Nah. How's that animal cruelty? I'm being dead serious. Like, how, dude, you want to have your dog have a good time?
Should we call animal control and ask them?
Yeah. No, you've seen those dogs that eat like
That'd
pot
be kinda
brownies and
funny.
shit like that, right? Like they're just zen.
Yeah.
And we'll try to be like, why you wasting time with this?
Yeah.
Why you
Mhm.
trying to give your dog decent-
I don't care if it's illegal. I'm not saying I would get my dog fucked up. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that like people would probably stay away from me if I said, "Hey, I get my dog fucked up."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's facts. What's animal control number like?
Are you actually going? Hey, I have
feel
a
like that'd
man
be a
here who's
great-
trying to get dogs absolutely obliterated on
Its partners may record the call and retain this.
We're gonna
call
give this
for
a shot.
quality and
Are you
research
actually
purposes.
calling?
Animal control in Los Angeles?
What are you gonna ask them?
A very specific question.
Thank you for calling
A very big
Terminus,
question.
your local pest control expert.
Pest
For English,
control?
press 1.
No, I don't want pest control.
What are you gonna ask them? Like,
Oh,
what if my
sweet,
dog
animal trapping.
ate pot brownies?
We're gonna put a
Angeles.
tracking number, feel like he might have a dog that's in danger.
How to report animal control in Los Angeles? There it is.
This is actually crazy.
Is it?
A little bit. You're just wasting their time. You're wasting the taxpayers' money, dude.
I mean, I feel like most of the taxpayers' money is going towards people doing crack and ODing and having ambulances sent out to help them in this godforsaken county.
Get an Uber over an ambulance. You will save
Yeah, a lot of
so much money. Can you imagine the Uber driver, the pressure you're putting on him? Like, imagine if you have a
Yo.
Hotline.
Yeah.
To hear this message in English, please press 1. To hear this message in Spanish,
You have reached the Los Angeles Fire Evacuation Area Animal Services Hotline.
All right, we're wasting their time. I don't need to. Wait,
Yeah.
the fires are out. It was raining, but whatever. Forget it. It was a bad idea.
It's also a Saturday.
Yeah. Well,
I'm pretty
I don't know. Animals need to be controlled on Saturdays too.
No, but that's their time off. They're like, we can't do that.
Yeah. Hey, well, dude, that was a great story though.
Thanks. I'm glad it wasn't a shitty story.
No, it was a great story. And a really fun time, dude.
I did too. This was awesome. No, I'm being genuinely serious. Like, this is the first time I've ever like done something like this. So I was a little bit nervous at first because I didn't know, like, you don't want to try to be funny, but like I hope it just comes out naturally. Like, I'm not trying to like make a joke every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But this was a lot of fun, and hopefully you have me on again. That would be incredible.
Yeah, man. We're gonna keep it going. See how far we can take this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once again, thank you for being here.
Thanks
that
so
was
much,
Rich
Kenzy.
Eye. Rich.
What's
White.
up? What's up?
Rich Eye.
Rich Eye.
No, that was Rich White.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, follow him at Very Rich Comedy on TikTok, which might not be possible here in the next 75 days.
Well, let's do my Instagram too, which is not Very Rich Comedy.
Yeah, what is
it? Is
it's just Rich White?
No, it's
official?
Richard. Yeah, it's Richard White _official.
Richard White _official.
Exactly.
On Instagram.
Exactly.
Check him out. It's a lot of very funny stuff. Maybe we can clip one of those back and forths in to this potentially. But hey, that was the Kenzy Show. Hey. Thank you everybody for tuning in to the Kenzy Show. We're gonna have a whole lot more coming up, so come on back and we'll have some fun. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah.
Good night.
Gotta work on that.